Producer Ron Shumpert transformed his childhood gift of gab into a professional passion to be a TV personality and producer.
I was a supervisor at Best Buy, and that was the first time I had ever spoken in front of a large group of people like that. It was 50, 60 or so people. And the first time I did it, they listened. And they listened, they did what I said, to do. And I saw then that I had the power of influence. And that gift to be able to speak in front of people is something that's, God created for me to do bigger things with.
Hi, I'm your host, Ron Shumpert, and you're watching our very first episode of Ron Shumpert Presents. On tonight's show, we're going to visit some of my favorite Milwaukee neighborhoods and talk with some of their residents, as well as giving you an inside look at what the Milwaukee Ale House does and upholding a rich Milwaukee tradition.
I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was a very talkative kid. I remember on every report card, every teacher said, Ron does really well in school, but he talks entirely too much. The main reason why that was is that because I was an only child until I was about 14. When I got to school, that was my only time to interact with other kids, and so I just, just ran my mouth. So here's the deal. After the photo shoot, I have a big surprise for my friends, and hopefully they'll like it, so keep it a secret. I wanted to produce a show geared towards young people that, really gets people to think, to get them to look at life differently. There's a void of intelligent TV for young people, and I think that there's an audience out there for that. It just takes the right individual. You have to, for one, be a person who has, a lot of consciousness and be somewhat intelligent and have the maturity. The show is a variety show, so it encompasses a lot of different things. We do serious topics. We also do fun and entertaining topics as well. So you get the kind of the whole gamut of things. There are huge challenges to combining education with entertainment. I see a lot of shows where people are just strictly talking about, philosophical stuff or intellectual stuff, but they're lacking the entertainment side of it, and then vice versa. The challenges are you have to hold an audience attention, and so you have to come with it. And so when we're having our meetings, that's the big challenge. And sometimes you don't even know that you're learning something. I mean, we kind of do it in a very clandestine way. We're not trying to force you to, have an opinion or kind of go with what we're saying. We give you the info, and you make your own decision about what you want to do, or what you believe. I have to say, it's way more work than what anyone can anticipate before they start doing it. I mean, wow. And I had a pretty good idea because I had been studying TV. I went to school for broadcasting, and so I kind of have an idea, but until you start to do it, you have no idea the amount of work that goes into it. So you better have a passion for it. People think you can run out there with a camera and just produce something. And if you do that, it will look like you just ran out there with a camera. So my advice to anyone who wants to start a show is to know that it's a lot of work, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of planning, a lot of planning. You would hate to, have guests come in the audience and, you prepared everything and you forget something. And you forget something that's very crucial, like a chord or something. And then also post-production. You want to grow. You want to evolve. So you need to be looking at your program after it's taped and edited and look at it and say, okay, how can I improve? It's so much work. You're seeing that hour of television, but for that hour, 60 hours of planning or, however many amount of hours, and the audience at home don't realize for that hour. They think you just show up and, hey, we're doing a TV show, we're having fun. And, if you're good at it, that's what it's supposed to look like. And so I also want to say that when people, produce their programs through cable public access, is to make sure, and that's with any production, no matter where you are, to have people who have the same vision as you do. When you have that, it makes for a better working environment. It makes for a more successful program. And so it's a good idea to have a mission statement. For my show, I have a mission statement. And so that keeps everyone on track. And so I think it's a good advice. If you're producing your program, you out there, if you're producing your program, is to have a mission statement and make sure everyone knows what that is and that you're all on the same page. If you want to learn more about my program, log on to ronshumpertpresents.com. You can find out more about what I'm doing in the community and at SPNN.